Welcome to Hanging with Gary.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. This is Hanging with Gary on Season 3, Episode number 5. Let's give it up for Mr. Gary Hobbs.
Thank you, Johnny D. Johnny Davila, producer. Yours truly, Gary Hobbs. Hanging with Gary. We are in Eagle Pass, Texas.
Yeah.
Well, we're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. We are on YouTube and GaryHobbs.com. Wherever you're listening at, I want to thank you for joining us. Hanging with Gary. We always start with how was our weekend, and how was your weekend, Johnny D?
It was long. I had a three-day weekend. Yes.
Te quejas and you're making money.
No. It's productive. I did some stuff around the house today, so. And the rest of the weekend, I did have some gigs. So it was good.
Really good.
How was yours?
It was great. Just long. I can say long because 39 and a half years on the road, pero. No. Friday we were in Houston, Rise Rooftop. Nice place. Really
Yes.
nice place.
I saw a couple of pictures and some video. It's got really, really nice stage.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It's really
It was a great. South Texas homies were in the house with us. Had a really good time. Gracias, Mikey Mike Promotion. And Bo Corona was in the house. Saturday, we were in Crystal City, Texas, con la familia Marquez. And Mr. and Mrs. Alex Marquez, Alex and Rosalinda Marquez, were celebrating the 50th wedding anniversary. Congratulations. Que aguante, Rosalinda, que aguante. But the true story, Alex Marquez from El Campestre was probably the first one to ever book us into that area for public dances. We were doing clubs in Carrizo Spring, Andy's Lounge, known from coast to coast. But the big dances were in Crystal City and with Alex Marquez till this date. And I think we opened for Los Hermanos Barron and stuff like that. Pero it was nice reminiscing with them. Gracias a toda la familia Marquez. Todas las hijas de Don Marquez. And had a great time. Then Sunday, we were back at Thirsty Horse Saloon and Dance Hall, San Antonio, Texas. Always a pleasure to be there. A lot of friends stopped by. Big shout out to Felipe Leandro, Pi, and his lovely wife. They went by. It's a joke, but we were in choir together in high school, and Pi really couldn't hold that many notes, but so between him and me, it's hum, 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 hum. But I introduced him as my vocal instructor there that night, but it was great to see Pi and his wife and other friends. Who else was there? Oh my God, Eddie and Laura Hernandez, good friends of ours. They were there. They show up, support. Robert Pops was there, drum. Other friends, and of course, big shout out, homie Marco from Cakes TM. The DJs there on Sunday nights. But las gracias everybody that was with us last night at Thirsty Horse Saloon. Well, this is Hanging with Gary. Again, we're in Eagle Pass, Texas. We're going to be coming right up with our first segment. We'll be right back. And we're back, Johnny D. Gary H.
Johnny D.
Gary H. Hanging with Gary. We are in Eagle Pass, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we have a new segment. Again, we're always on the fly here, on the fly. That's why, again, we have bad shows and really bad shows because we're on the fly. And it occurred to me on the way here, we're going to do our first short and sweet segment. Ladies and gentlemen, hypocrisy has no bounds. So this segment will not be about short and sweet. But this is our short and sweet segment. I want to talk about something that we touched on last week about the awards and here and there. There's so many new awards now, and I think it's good for the industry, John. I think it is. It really is. But we had discussed about the prerequisites and if we knew about if is it a popular vote, is it a committee? But then you know the ground rules, and it's either you know the rules and go with it and shut it, But I want to make a contrast difference on something tonight. On our short and sweet segment. I know you have a friend that you work with very often, and he doesn't like these long podcasts. Well, tell him not to listen to them. Tell him to. Johnny, you need to make them short and sweet. Well, here's your short and sweet. No, look. I think last night the My Tejano Awards were in the Valley, in the Rio Grande Valley. And I know several of those people that I think they go by committee stuff. And so, congratulations to the winners. Now, I want to make a point. Look, favorite hometown band. Man, they defended their ground, hometown. Where would you ever see Eagle Pass do something like that, right? Okay. Favorite hometown band, Ricky Guzman III and the All-Stars. Top new male artist, Emmanuel J. Congratulations, Emmanuel. Top new female artist, Angelica Alcocer. Congratulations, Angelica. Excuse me. Top collaboration, Tú y Yo, Jay Perez and Roxanne Perez. Top producer, Severo Sevi Contreras. Top song, Igual que ayer, Joe Lopez. Top video, Guárdame un espacio, Signo. Top conjunto, South Texas Homies. Top Tejano band, La Fiebre. Yay. Top male artist, Joe Lopez and Bobby Pulido. They shared it. Top female artist, Shelly Lares. Top album, Norteño y Poderoso, Tributo de mis ídolos, Lucky Joe. Top entertainer, Sonny Sauceda. And Lifetime Achievement Award, Ruben Ramos. And I definitely agree with that last one. Now, I agree like 3/4 of this, the winners, right? And this is just a personal thing. Now, it's personal, ladies and gentlemen. That's my opinion. And so if you're not down with that, but that's on you. We live in a society now, Johnny, que people are offended because you're not rooting for the same football team.
That's very true.
And y te rayan the mother. And that's so wrong. And we won't even get into religion and politics, right? But here, 3/4 of this, I totally agree. I totally agree. And especially Lifetime Achievement Award, Ruben Ramos. Congratulations, El Gato Negro, Ruben Ramos. Now, that was the My Tejano Awards. It was last night. And so I came across the Guadalupe Awards. We started to discuss a little bit about them on the last podcast. And we mentioned it a bit, no?
But not the names of anybody.
Well, now we did, because this is short and sweet. But, okay, so on the ballots, Keyboard Player of the Year. Keyboard Player of the Year. Now, Johnny, you and I, we've been in Tejano. We know a thing or two about keyboards.
Yes.
I don't know too much things about bajo sexto or bajo quinto or banda or, norteño. No. But I know a thing or two about Tejano and keyboard players. Ismael Ayala from La Soledad, Rolando Revilla, Motivo, Hector Gutierrez, Robstown, Texas, we know Hector very well, Ramiro Maldonado, Eric Avalos, James Stockwell, Brando Mireles, where I've heard that name before, Brando Mireles, John Molina, Mario Coronado, Chris Perales, we know Chris, Raimundo Cruz Cervera, Daniel Aldaco, Randy Gonzalez, Bobby T-Bone Serna, and Chris Rodriguez. Chris from Tejano 281. Well, see, in this list, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 keyboard players. Now, I know half of them. And I know 2 or 3 of them really well. Yeah. Really well. And it dawned on me. Again, this is a short and sweet segment. But I was always wondering why a lot of the new bands don't have keyboard players. Because, Johnny, one thing that it didn't cross my mind, to be a Tejano band with keyboard players, I mean, keyboard orientated, you got to have that keyboard player that can really play. And so it's very hard to come across and work with Hector Gutierrez and Brando Mireles and Chris Perales. And I'll tell you what, on this list, this is just my opinion, I see no Mario Ortiz. I see no Gabriel Zavala.
True.
Okay, so what are the prerequisites for Guadalupe? Again, it could be just one person, a committee, and if that's the prerequisite, then it is what it is. But someone like me would say, I see this list and I go, okay, so there's names here. I don't know them personally or their work, but I'm sure they're fine keyboard players. I am not saying that. I'm saying the complete, total opposite, that I think there's people out there, ahorita, Johnny, that they don't want to promote the old veterans. They want new blood, and that's all good. But they gotta, measure up.
True. Yes.
You know, but if a Mario Ortiz isn't on this list and a Gabriel Zavala is not on this list, I don't get it. I don't understand. Now it gets even more interesting. This is the part that I truly, okay. Male Vocalist of the Year. Here we go. Joe Villanueva, Ram Herrera, Cesar Martinez, of course we know them. Gabriel Zavala. Gabriel's on a male vocalist, and he does sing. He sings really well, but he's not on the keyboard thing. Okay, this is for male vocalists. Now, Carlos P. Garcia, Joe Lopez, Ismael Gutierrez, Miguel Hernandez, Bobby Sanchez, Eddie Rodriguez, Jay Perez, Gary Naranjo, Danny Lopez, Jimmy Isaías, Daniel Briseño, John Cavazos, where am I? Leo Garcia, Henry G. Lozano, Jr., J.R. Aldaco, J.R. Reina, Elias Arredondo, Jordan Rodriguez, Eddie Perez, Sonny Sauceda, Javier Cantú, David Farias, René Oliva, Raúl Gutiérrez, David Olivares, Lucky Joe, and Neto Gutierrez. So there's 33 male vocalists. And I see no Gary Hobbs. Okay. So again, you see, nobody ruffled my feathers on this one, right? Ladies and gentlemen, I have a 39-and-a-half-year career and hardly ever winning at awards and stuff. And so I'm more interested that I need to work and I need to perform and get out there, right? Again, what are the prerequisites for the Guadalupe Awards, right? And it's not a knock on them. But see, people are going to ask these things, and then people give their opinions, and this is where feathers are ruffled. And with this woke community now, you can't say anything porque se agüitan, se enojan, te echan, whatever. Again, these awards, they need to, orientate people, because the more they orientate them, the more we can get people on board for Tejano music, whether it's coming in keyboards or whether it's coming with the accordion or with horns or just a bajo sexto and accordion. People misinterpret things. But on this show, for whatever that's worth, we give them our opinion. Of course, this is short and sweet stuff, right? One little more thing. Another dear friend of mine made a comment this afternoon on Facebook, and it's about an artist at the My Tejano Awards, and very well known, that he didn't take a picture with two ladies that are fans of his. And so they went off left and right and right and left. Now, the person that commented that is a very dear, he's a friend of mine. I think we're good friends. And I can tell you that person is very humble, down to earth, and super, super talented. Eso que ni que. But he referenced a name from a Tejano icon, right? And when you study that person, then they're going to have personal stuff get into the comments, right? But how far do you go as to being able to take a picture with somebody or not? I don't have that problem, right? I really don't. But sometimes we're late for stage. Sometimes I have been in line for 45 minutes and somebody comes at that 48th minute and I gotta, excuse me, but I have to go to the bathroom, Johnny. Sometimes right before I get to the second set. Okay. And then somebody comes up and says, I'm bechinche Gary Hobbs. Y se tomó una foto. Dude, or ma'am, miss, wow. At the Rise thing, that last Friday, after the show, after I had people lined up, this lady comes up, y pobrecita, I'm not going to tell you what she was wearing stuff, because then everybody's going to single her out. But she was a little bit tipsy. Okay. That has been known to happen, a little bit tipsy. And she's practically in my face. You don't remember me? The 1987. Oh my God. I don't remember last week, Johnny. Yeah. I don't remember last week. And so, que Padre Island, y que Grupo Más, and you, y que and I got to hear something about a legs contest, and I go, what? I would have remembered that. No, I wouldn't have. But she got so agitated. She got almost in my face. Security just grabbed her, and I thought it was, man, that was a little bit off the cuff, no. But they asked her to leave. See, these things happen, Johnny. Sure. A lot of things worse used to happen when we were younger, but so the topic was about this artist being approached at the awards, and he's already sitting down. I think the coordinators or security, and the guy's taking a rap for his security and him, and there's so many pros and cons to that. I mean, I'd like to say, what would have it taken to just take 10 seconds, take the picture, hey, acabas con todo. Mm-hmm. That's what I would have done, right? Pero so many things that now, again, this woke thing and cancel culture stuff is just for the birds. Oh, yes. KMA with the woke stuff and all of that stuff. Pero, hey, you're listening to Hanging with Gary. This is our short and sweet segment. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Hanging with Gary. Here's Mr. Gary Hobbs.
Thank you, Johnny D. Welcome back. Hanging with Gary. Again, we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and GaryHobbs.com. On our Gary Hobbs Throwback segment.
Way back.
What do you think about that short and sweet segment?
It was pretty good.
There you go. On our Gary Hobbs Throwback, we're going to go back to 1988. I guess one of the standards for us in this band and musicians that have been here, few producers. Un Momento, the album, Un Momento project, was something that I still have in high regards. 9 songs written by Luis Silva, the late Luis Silva, San Antonio, Texas. That kind of a Hall of Famer songwriter, Tejano music. Worked years and years with Bob Griever and Cara Records, stuff like that. Then had his own company, SG International. But he wrote 9 songs. I wrote one song, the first ballad that I wrote, Totalmente Enamorados. On this CD, I remember so many things. Hernando Avilés, Spider-Man, photographer back then and DJ and does everything in Tejano music. But he went on to be also a promoter for EMI Capitol Records and stuff. Hernando did the cover, and it was mainly in black and white, and that kind of stayed later years with us with the logos and stuff like that. But I'm in a tuxedo, white tuxedo, black bow tie, stuff like that, and kind of started to like the look, right? The tuxedo, the suit stuff. On this Un Momento LP/cassette, I don't think there was a CD yet, Johnny. I don't think it was a CD. There is a song there that was written by Luis Silva. We played it a couple of times, and it was doing great, but there was other songs there. Un Momento, Quiero Ser Tu Amor, Te Voy a Enseñar a Querer. We had like 4 or 5 songs that charted during that time that we released this, and it just opened a lot of doors, and a lot of it had to do, of course, with Luis Silva and his lyrics. Of course, Hector Gutierrez did the arrangements, produced it. Gibby Velasquez was on the recording engineer. But there's a song there, Si Lo Quisieras. Si Lo Quisieras. Want to bring it to you here on the Gary Hobbs Throwback segment on Hanging with Gary. This is from the Un Momento LP in around 1988. This is Si Lo Quisieras. That's Tejano, Johnny. Tejano.
Yes.
Okay, what anybody says. Si Lo Quisieras, written by Luis Silva, the late Luis Silva, San Antonio, Texas, from the Un Momento LP / cassette, I think. You're listening to Hanging with Gary. Yours truly, Gary Hobbs, Johnny D. We're in Eagle Pass, Texas. We'll be right back with our today's Tejano segment. And we're back, Johnny D. Gary Hobbs, Hanging with Gary. Once again, we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, GaryHobbs.com. On our today's Tejano segment, we're bringing music that fairly recently out, charting on several charts. A lot of new charts, a lot of new awards. a lot of new charts. But on today's Tejano segment, I'm going to bring you none other than David Lee Garza y los Musicales. Of course, their singer Cesar Martinez, and this is Otros Planes.
Parece imposible lo que han visto mis ojos. Me rehúso a creer que estabas besando los labios de otro. Es preciso que hablemos y aclaramos el punto, pero es convincente porque el corazón casi pierde su pulso. Anda, quiero escucharte y no digas mentiras, pues que ya olvidaste lo que prometiste al unir nuestras vidas. Sé que no soy perfecto, ni fui el mejor partido, y si no me amabas, dime por qué diablos te casaste conmigo. Y si no me querías, ¿para qué prometías que me serías fiel y me respetarías por toda la vida? Si tenías otros planes donde no me incluías, ¿para qué ilusionabas cuando yo creía ser el amor de tu vida? Anda, quiero escucharte y no digas mentiras, pues que ya te olvidaste lo que prometiste al unir nuestras vidas. Sé que no soy perfecto ni el mejor partido, y si no me amas, dime por qué diablos te casaste conmigo. Y si no me querías, ¿para qué prometías que me serías fiel y me respetarías por toda la vida? Si tenías otros planes donde no me incluías, ¿para qué ilusionabas cuando yo creía ser el amor de tu vida? Y si no me querías, ¿para qué prometías que me serías fiel y me respetarías por toda la vida? Si tenías otros planes donde no me incluías, ¿para qué ilusionabas cuando yo creía ser el amor de tu vida? El amor de tu vida. El amor de tu vida.
That's David Lee Garza, los Musicales, from their Solamente Tú CD. Otros Planes, vocalist Cesar Martinez, on our today's Tejano segment here on Hanging with Gary, Eagle Pass, Texas. We'll be right back. Before we leave, Johnny D. You're listening to Hanging with Gary Hobbs, Johnny D, Johnny W. We're in Eagle Pass, Texas. On our Before We Leave segment, this Friday, October 14th, we are back in Austin, Texas, la capital de Texas, the OK Corral. Always great to be at the OK Corral. There's a congregation of people that migrated to Austin years and years ago, but they're originally from Eagle Pass, Texas, and they're always there. Want to send all the love, the gratitude. Gente in Austin, Texas, we're there this Friday, October 14th, OK Corral. Now, on Saturday, we are in Amarillo, Texas for a private event. And coming up on October 21st, on a Friday, we are back in San Angelo, Texas. San Angelo, Texas, Lone Wolf. That's Friday, October 21st. Then on the 22nd, we are back in San Antonio, Texas for a private event. Man, wedding singer. The Tejano wedding singer. Now, on October 28th, we're back in Abilene, Texas. The last stop in Abilene, Texas, Friday, October 28th. Now, on the 29th, we're in Corinth, Texas, for a private event. The Tejano wedding singer. And then on Sunday, October 30th, we are in La Porte, Texas. We're Texas Snowbirds in La Porte. Tejano Locos in the house. Peña. That's on Sunday, October 30th, La Porte, Texas. We want to remind everybody that this year we are back New Year's Eve at the Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino inside the Que Pasa Lounge. Gary Hobbs and Loose Change. Variety show. Man, everybody comes there. There's Tom Jones, Elvis, Bruno. Who else is coming this year?
Bobby Brown.
Bobby Brown's coming back. Yeah, Bobby Brown.
Casey
and Sunshine Band. That's New Year's Eve, December 31st. We are in Eagle Pass, Texas at the Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino inside the Que Pasa Lounge. I want to remind everybody that Hanging with Gary is all about Gary. It's all about Gary and Tejano. At least what we think is Tejano music. And of course, you can see us on, we are on Facebook, Gary Hobbs Official. We're on Twitter, Gary Hobbs Official. We're on Instagram, Gary Hobbs Official. GaryHobbs.com. And of course, this show, Hanging with Gary, is on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and GaryHobbs.com.
Make sure you give us those 5 stars so we can get that algorithm going, you know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's almost like some of these artists, they're asking for their vote and support. And I don't think they should do that. It's like, please give me a gig. Like, don't say please. Give me the damn gig. No, but please put the 5 stars. Give us your support. Hanging with Gary Hobbs, Johnny D. We are in Eagle Pass, Texas. Y'all stay safe. God bless you. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
How's that for sweet and short? Welcome to Hanging with Gary.